Hello, and welcome to watch my small videos about Excel's advanced features, especially for the investor. Here I have an Excel file, and I have a data warehouse sheet in which I have gathered all kinds of information about my 10 companies. And now in this exercise, I will create a pivot table and chart from this information, and I will also add on VLOOKUP function into the same sheet. I have information about the company prices here. This is done with the data stocks feature, which I handled in previous exercise. And here I have the latest prices for these companies I follow. Here I have this history, and in this column, there is a function that gets the newest price from price currency sheet. I will create a new VLOOKUP function, so it will be a little later. Anyway, I will create first a pivot table with which I can check how this earnings per price, dividend per price, and sales have developed during the years. No, I will not take sales here. I will take the price, that is the column D. I first go to this data warehouse sheet, and then I will select Insert Pivot Table. This taulukko 1 means all this information that is in the data warehouse sheet. I will create a pivot table with a new worksheet. And now the new worksheet is there. And I will go here and see what information I would like to have here. I would like to have the earnings per share. Then I would like to have dividend. And then I would like to have price. Then I will have the company here in the filters and years here in the rows. So now that's the pivot table I was trying to do. I will check the formatting and things like that and make it look a little better. I will also change these to English. Also change the report layout in tabular form, which I like more. Okay, now it's better. And now I will check these formats here. I would like to have 2 decimals in all of these. They may be number because one of them is not euro, it's dollar. So I will not use the currency option. Same here. and here. I will also change the font. It's not nice with this old Courier font. I will use, for example, Arial. So this is the pivot table. Now, when anything changes here in data warehouse, I just update the pivot table, just like I update the queries from data. Refresh all. Refresh will refresh only this pivot table, but I do have also other pivot tables here. If I select refresh all, it will update them all. And that's very nice. It will also update this price currency information with update all. What I would like to do next, I would like to create a pivot chart. I must be inside the pivot table, and then I select pivot table analyze, pivot chart. I will check combo. EPS and dividend may be in clustered column, and price may be in line. And I will also put the price on the secondary axis, so it's easier to read there. Now it's fine. I will have the chart here and make it a little bigger. The problem is that sometimes you don't have enough room for both the pivot table and pivot chart on the same sheet. In this case, it works, but in many cases, it's not possible. One thing you can use is to transfer the pivot chart to another sheet. That goes if you select right-click here, move chart, and then you can move it to another sheet. But that's not always so nice if you want to have all the information in one place. If you put it to another sheet, you will always have to go to another sheet to see what happens if something changes here in the pivot table. So I prefer having it on the same sheet, and one solution is to put the chart so that the pivot table it is not shown at all. And then I can put the pivot table information when I select design, add chart element, data table, and now the information from the table appears here. Well, it doesn't work if we have much information here, if we have a lot of bars and so on. And even now I have to make this a little bigger so everything can be seen here. Now you can select a company either from here or either from here. Both work. And then everything will change according to the selection. I could also put some additional information here. For example, I would like to see what is the return on equity for this year. And for that reason, I need to create a new pivot table. I do have pivot tables here for dividend, free cash flow, and so on. And another way to create a new pivot table is to make a copy of an existing pivot table. And that's what I'm doing now. I will take a copy of this payout pivot table. I click on the right click, and then select move or copy. Create a copy. Move to. Sorry, now that there's something strange in this view. I'll try again. move or copy, create a copy, move to end. Okay, now it's okay. And then I change this to row. And then I take the payout away and put this row pros here. It's count. I don't want count. I want average, or maybe sum. It doesn't matter. There's only one figure for year. But anyway, I put average. Change this a little. So, and then I will also change the formatting. Percentage. No decimals needed. But now it looks a little better. Now I would like to get this information from 2021. I have to know which is the number of the column. One way is to create the formula here and then copy this formula to the right as long as needed. And now we'll see it's number 22. And now I can use that in the formula I will create here. I will go to FX to insert the VLOOKUP function from lookup and reference category. Lookup value can be found here. Table array, where I will look for it, is in the row. And I will select all these columns. I can even make it a bit longer in case there are new years coming. And column index number was the 21. And range lookup is 0, means that there is no range lookup. It looks exactly the same as is in the lookup value. And now it finds the figure. I will put it the percentage again. Let's check Elisa for 2021. Is that right? Yes, 32, that's okay. So it works. I could also find other figures here if I would like, but maybe that's enough. It will be the same kind of formula would be used to get other things from those pivot tables. One thing you can use in the selection of the companies is called slicer. That's another way to do the same thing. I will put a slicer here too, into the right to the chart. I have to be in the pivot table or chart and then pivot table analyze, insert slicer. I select company. The slicer can be put anywhere you like, and the size of the slicer can be adjusted. Now you can use the slicer. It's an easier way to make the selections. I can select Apple, Capman, Elisa, Etteplan, and so on. It's easy to make the selections here. It's easier for the user than to make it in here, but of course they are both available. You can make the selection here or here or here. Anyway, this was this exercise. I hope you liked it and find it useful. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.